Welcome back to the Grid Culture. So Stephen A. and Monica Mcnutt get into it on First Take. Man, they went at it with each other.
Understand that, but she cannot be babied as a rookie. That's all I'm at.
All right.
Who talks about the WNBA? Who talks about women? Who talk about women's sports more than First Take?
Stephen A., respectfully, with your platform, you could have been doing this 3 years ago if you wanted to.
Wow.
All right, we got to go to you guys.
So did
You know you're my guy, but
who does more than
Stephen
us?
A., I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you.
Wow.
Don't do that. I'm talking to you about the power that you have.
Okay.
I'm talking to you.
Okay.
All right, let's.
You're my guy, but I'm talking to you.
I got it.
Guys, I really appreciate
you my girl, but you've missed a lot of episodes of First Take. You missed a lot.
Stephen A., 3 years ago, you would not talk about the W at this level. Don't do that.
Guys.
Nobody was, Monica.
Guys,
you making Stephen A's point, Monica. Monica, you making Stephen A's point.
Please let me do my job. Please let me do my job. We've gone for 40 minutes straight. It was a riveting discussion. I have to get into commercial break.
Oh, they went at it. They were basically discussing the whole push. I've done a video on it, with Kennedy Carter and the push and everything, and I've talked about what it, what it may be. It ain't no racial stuff or nothing like that. Is it possible that's there's a racial element or anything like that? Like some people are trying to imply. There's been white folks trying to say, oh, that was racial hate or anything. No, that's not the case. But is a possibility that there's that going on within the WNBA? Of course. Asia Wilson kind of exposed that when she said what she said, and they're talking about, oh, that's the only reason that Caitlin Clark is famous. But as far as that's hard to quantify, and you just can't put all the WNBA players, you can't paint that brush all on them. And even with the conversation with Shannon Sharp, Stephen A. Smith, and Monica Mcnutt, and they're saying that the WNBA players are jealous. Yeah, there's a possibility. Not even a possibility. There are WNBA players that are jealous. Like I said, the Asia Wilson comment exposed that. Some of Angel Reese, the way she responds to certain things, it exposes that. I'm not saying it's because of race or anything. It's like I said in the video, it's all type of different factors. I explained it in the last video. I'm not even going to get into all of that. So there was points made on both sides, but like I said, it's hard to paint the whole WNBA in the broad brush. Like, bro, she's gonna get roughed up, and she needs to get roughed up. That's just what happens with newer players, especially people who are getting a ton of spotlight. It's like I explained before. This is what happened with Michael Jordan when he first came in the league. But I did want to address the main comment, the one that's going viral, where everybody's saying Monica Mcnutt, basically, she sunned Stephen A. Smith. Oh, she told him, and all of that. Was talking about Stephen A. Smith. He's had the platform for all of this time to highlight the WNBA, and he could have been doing this far before. Stephen A. Smith said he's been doing it, right? Come on. Nobody owes you nothing. Nobody owes you nothing. That's wrong with a lot of people today. Now, if there's stuff that's owed, then yes. If there was an agreement or something like that, or somebody's done wrong, then yes, there's something owed to that person or that people, whatever it may be. But if you're talking about just one group or whatever league or whatever it is, we're talking about the NBA. The NBA's got all these millions and they're making all this money, and the WNBA thinks that they're supposed to get the same attention they're entitled to it. I just don't understand why this conversation just has to keep happening. It's redundant at this point. But you're not entitled to that. Hey, I'm here on YouTube. Sometimes I get thousands of views, right? Some of my videos get thousands of views, and then there's some of my videos that can barely get over 5, right? It's just the game. But That's just how it goes. I'm not entitled to everybody's attention. It's on me to put in the work to gain that attention and put out a good product. And that's the same thing for the WNBA. And just people nowadays, man, we're doing all this crying about, exposure and everything. Like, dude, we have all the power in our hands. All of these social media sites, platforms, all these ways that we can broadcast ourselves. This is media. It's no different than the television. It's a way to get ourselves out there. People go get famous off of this stuff. People are online creating whole entire documentaries. People are making their own news. Like, you can do the stuff independent. It's not, the mainstream does not hold all of the power. So you trying to put it on Stephen A. Smith and ESPN and all of this stuff, it's weak. It's a weak mindset that a lot of people have. They don't understand the power that they have, especially when you get on these networks and have these, big platforms, and you can translate to that into your own independent stuff, just like Stephen A. and Shannon Sharp have done. Well, putting it on their own independent sites and all of that. They still have more stuff that's backing them. They have sponsors and everything like that. But as with anybody with sponsors, you have to adhere to what the sponsors want. Or if you say something that can mess up the sponsorship or their business, they got to drop you. And that's with anybody, whether they're in the mainstream or independent, right? So, man, you got to recognize the power that you have. I didn't like that, and yeah, that wasn't no burn or anything. Or she showed Stephen A. Like, nah, like cut it out. Like, they're gonna talk about what's popular. They're gonna talk about, it doesn't even have to be what's popular. They can talk about what they're interested in. If the WNBA is not generating the interest, especially when people have all these lives and people got a lot of stuff going on, and there's all type of just different media, all type of different sports. Like, the WNBA is competing for the attention of people with all of these other different sports and platforms and stuff like that. You have to be entertaining. You have to be more entertaining than them to get their time, because their time and their attention is very limited. It's extremely limited, and people have busy lives, right? So, dude, the whole thing is dumb. Like I said, the WNBA, they're not even the only one that doesn't get, they're probably getting more exposure on these big sports shows than baseball and hockey and stuff like that. Like, it's based off interest, or what the people want to see and what people are interested in. If nobody's interested in your product, you cannot force them. And then they go sit up there, and then you sit up there talking about the product and putting it in these time slots, and nobody's tuning in, but you're spending so much of this time talking about it, and then you wonder why people start getting fired. Like, that's just how business works. But just a lot of people don't understand economics. They don't understand. Everybody hates capitalism because they don't understand capitalism, and they all advocate for government power, which is Marxism. They want Big Daddy. They want Big Daddy to take care of them. Marxism is socialism. It's that type of mindset. It's because people don't understand just simple economics. But man, that's all I got, man. Like, man, hey man, let the girl play basketball. That just goes for everybody, man. Like, this whole conversation, man, that's going around with Caitlin Clark. The girl ain't even doing nothing, man. She's literally just playing basketball. She hasn't said nothing or anything. Let the girl, it doesn't matter, black, white, whoever you are, let the damn girl play basketball. At WNBA, sell yourselves, showcase your talents, use her platform that she's bringing to elevate yourselves individually, so other people can possibly latch on to what you got going on and go from there. It may work, it may not work. Like I said, you're fighting for people's time. People's time is valuable. They don't want to waste their time on something that they're not interested in. That's just the reality. It's the grit culture. I'll holler at y'all later.